There is something very deep that the Torah teaches us in this week's Parashat about what it means to be real. Because we live in a world that is very fast, very loud, very concerned with how things look. But Torah does not ask, how do you look? Torah asks, how real are you? In Parashat Tisah, after the Chet HaEgel, after the sin of the golden calf, Moshe Rabbeinu stands before Hashem and defends Klal Israel, the Jewish nation. And he says something unbelievable. Ve'ata im tisah chatatam ve'imayin mecheni na misifrecha asher katavta. If you forgive them, God, good. And if not, erase me from your book. Moshe Rabbeinu was willing to erase himself for Am Israel. That is love. That is leadership. That is Mesirut Nefesh, giving it all for your community. And there is something even deeper. In Parashat Tetzaveh, Moshe Rabbeinu's name does not appear even once. Why? Because Moshe said, if not, erase me. And the words of a tzaddik are real, not symbolic, not poetic, real. But let me ask you a question. Moshe Rabbeinu, he gave it all for the Jewish nation. He said, Mecheni na misifrecha asher katavta, erase me in order to defend us, the Jewish nation. So how come he gets punished? And his name is erased from one parsha. If anything, he should get reward for such a Mesirut Nefesh, for such an heroic act. Moshe gave everything for Klal Israel, for the Jewish nation. Says Rav Moshe Mordechai Biderman, the sixth Rebbe of Lelov, something unbelievable. For our generation, this sounds like a punishment. Because today we live in a world obsessed with likes, views, attention, recognition. How many people notice me? But Torah says something else. The Navi, the prophet, says in Micha Perek Vav Pasuk Chet, chapter 6, verse number 8, Ve'atznei alechet im Elokecha. Walk humbly with Hashem. Moshe Rabbeinu from the beginning said, I don't want fame. I don't want attention. I don't want to be a show. Moshe wanted only one thing: to serve Hashem with temimut, with purity, truth, no performance, no show business Judaism, just reality. In fact, if it were possible, Moshe Rabbeinu would love to be erased from the entire Torah and would love to serve Hashem anonymously, without his name being mentioned not even once. So it comes out that this was not a punishment. This was Moshe's greatest dream. This was a true reward for Moshe. Moshe was praying, Ribono Shel Olam, Master of the universe, let me serve you without having my name being mentioned. Make it anonymous. No cameras, no fans, no applause. Just me and you. And Hashem answered, if you want a real, I will give you real. I can't do the entire Torah without your name. But you gave everything for the Jewish nation, I'll give you one parsha. I'll give you one parsha without your name. Parashat Tetzaveh. Because you wanted to live without ego. What a message. We live in a world that sometimes feels fake. Everything is about what people think, what people post, what people see. But Torah teaches, don't live for the camera. Live for Hashem, make it real. And maybe, just maybe, the greatest fear in life is not that people will not know your name. It is that even if thousands of people will know your name, but your heart will never have been fully real before Hashem. Rabbi Y.Y. Jacobson, he says that when a person is 20, so the person keeps on thinking and saying, everyone's looking at me, so I gotta do everything perfectly fine, because otherwise what's gonna be with me? What are people gonna say about me? When a person turns 40, so then the person says, well, everyone's looking at me, and everyone's saying whatever they have to say, but you know what? I'm 40 already. If you like the way I behave, great, and if not, go and fly a kite. Do your own thing. This is how I am, this is who I am, so I don't care anymore. And when we turn 60, so then people realize that no one was looking at you. Moshe Rabbeinu taught something terrifyingly beautiful. You can live for applause, or you can live for truth. And remember this. In the end, Hashem will not ask how many eyes saw you. Rather, how many hearts you truly touched. So starting from now, let's stop living for the world's applause, and let's start living for heaven's truth.